welcome back to Curses, also maybe vampires, part one of our two-part Strutty Duddy Sundays. It's been a while since we last spoke, and we missed you all greatly. Um, Last time on Curses, also maybe vampires, people finally made it to the bottom level of the basement. Um,
Uh-huh.
Ollie had several panic attacks along the way and said many ominous things. And
Uh-huh.
Nicholas is visibly frustrated at him and probably wants to shake him until his head pops off. They
Uh-huh.
are currently in the bottom level of the basement. They've just entered a room in which there are many alcoves in the walls and several pillars in the center of the room. If you want the really cool, spooky explanation that I did last time, please go back and re-listen to last time's episode, which is still currently up on the YouTube channel. Link below. All that fun
Uh-huh.
stuff. And they just entered the room, and Ollie had warned Nicholas to be careful because once you can see it, it's already too late. And then Nicholas wanted to know if it was in the water, and everybody heard a loud splash to the south.
Uh-huh. Oh boy.
And that's where we'll pick up.
Right. Why don't you go check that out, my good friend? I'm gonna pat Arthur on the back and give you the vigilant blessing.
Oh, does that do
Gives
Nicholas
you the
has
advantage on
step
initiative.
up.
initiative? Okay.
Is there a particular
all right.
opening that this sound is coming from?
You heard it coming to the south, and with your dark vision, you saw two hallways to the south, one of which leads to deep, dark, stagnant water, and a portcullis that is currently down seems to be kind of blocking passage, and the other one seemed to lead to a curve in the tunnel.
Particular opening that this sound is. Okay.
Arthur's
We
gonna
still.
investigate this room very slowly and carefully.
Go ahead and roll investigation for me, Arthur.
Very good at that. Yeah, I'm not very good at that.
A moment.
He's like twitchily toeing around, looking right, looking left, till
All right.
looking
So-
out an alcove.
Which alcove are you looking at?
Each one as I pass by them.
Okay,
so I
so-
guess this one first.
All right, so you peer into the very first alcove, and with a 10, you see what looks like a small hand, yellowed skin, almost parchment-like, with long, sharp claws, greenish tint to the nails, and it is currently tied on a loop of rope, just laying in the alcove.
I don't want to poke it straight up, but how about I take out my glaive and usher the others a bit further away?
Oh, it's further away time. I got it.
Please.
Is this far enough?
Step back.
Pardon me a minute. Not right now, Patrick. Not right now, Patrick. Good for you.
Oh, baby.
He found one of his masks.
And I'm gonna sort of poke, sort of try to cut down the form. Let it fall out of the alcove potentially.
So you're trying to use your glaive to scoop the hand out of the alcove.
Yeah.
All right, so you level your glaive and go ahead and roll me an attack. So you take the glaive and you lash out really quickly, trying to flip the hand out of the alcove, and you succeed in flipping half of it out of the alcove. Your glaive slashes down, cutting through the hand as a viscous yellowish fluid begins to leak from beneath the parchment-like skin, and you see the fingers twitch wildly, spasmodically, as you flip half of the hand out towards yourself. The claws flicking wide in a grasping motion that just barely misses grazing your face before flopping on the ground and twitching like a dying bug of some kind, before finally curling inwards, going still.
Can I tell what it was? Now that it moved.
Nature check.
Nature. Oof. Nature. I don't have nature.
You think just by virtue of the way the skin looks and the putrescent claws that it had, it might have at one point in time been a goblin's hand.
Does it look harmless now, or like magical in any sort? I do
I'd
the
definitely
magic.
say it's armless.
I'm not magic sensing anymore, so I need a little. On. What do you think?
It doesn't look like it's moving anymore.
Okay.
I think that is disgusting. That is what I
Okay.
think.
So we're not keeping it. Okay, next one.
Yeah, no, don't. You can't keep it.
Is there still that sound of sloshing water?
Just the general sound of sloshing water, not like somebody moving through it, but like water lapping up against stone in a rhythmic, kind of gentle pattern.
Oh, okay.
There was only one large splash before the stillness.
Can I make a generalized perception check to see how many of these alcoves have some sort of item in it, or if they're empty?
Go ahead and make a perception check.
That is a +2. 2. Okay, I don't even see the alcoves. 3 on perception.
Alcoves? What alcoves? What the fuck is everyone doing?
I walk into a pillar and hurt my nose.
You're busy.
Scooby-Doo gang is back at it.
He got a little bit of that yellowish dead goblin ichor on his monocle, and he
Ew.
was just furiously cleaning it, and walked into a pillar.
Nasty.
Can I make a perception check to see if I should continue going one by one through the alcoves, or
Go ahead and make a perception check, sure.
not in my perception that much? But what the fuck is wrong with this dog? No.
Many things are apparently wrong with this dog.
I forgot that he wasn't such a good role actor.
At least he's still a good boy.
Oh, he's the best boy.
So anyway, if you're not sure how many of the alcoves have items in it, you can see at least one or two in most of the alcoves, but you're not in a great position because of the pillars to see all of the alcoves from where you're standing. You do know that the
One
one
by one
next
it is.
You do know that the one next to you seems to have at least one item in it, though. It seems to be wrapped in a bit of scrappy-looking leather, whatever it is.
Right. Roll another investigation check, or do I poke at it?
I mean, that's up to you, Arthur.
I'll try to look at it first before I start poking again. Yeah.
It looks like a long, slender object wrapped in leather. You're not sure what without picking it up and taking it out.
Okay, I'm gonna turn my glaive around. Use the butt end of it, like the wood end that doesn't have a blade on it.
Mm-hmm.
Do the poking thing again.
You poke it, and nothing currently happens.
And kind of try to scoop it out of the alcove.
You scoop it out of the alcove, dragging the little leather bit along until at the edge it kind of unfurls and lets its contents fall to the floor, where it clicks and clanks. And immediately, Arthur, your ears perk up and your gaze is centered, because that appears to be a dagger made entirely of bone.
Ooh. Bone dagger, anyone? I'm kind of nervously keep poking at it, turning with the butt end of the glaive, turning it this way and that on the floor.
You continue to do so. It appears to be masterfully carved, possibly from the femur of a humanoid. And as you poke it around on the floor, it makes a satisfying clickety clack of bone on stone.
It is a nice sound. Just go. You can see Arthur like totally concentrated with his ears like turning towards it and going click, 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 click.
Intrigued by this dagger and more so annoyed by the noise that Arthur is making. Looking at it, does it seem to have any like inscriptions, carvings on it?
Go ahead and make a perception check if you're not picking it up to actually look at it closely.
Yeah, I'm seeing if there's like carvings on it first.
Perception check.
I intend to pick it up. That's a 12.
You see some marks on it as he's moving it around, but considering he keeps poking at it with his glaive, you're not sure if that's just furrows in the bone or if there's actually written things on it because Arthur just keeps poking it in a circle with his glaive.
Can you stop for a second?
Sorry. I'm so sorry. Yes, go ahead. I'm gonna check out this next one.
He'll Above game. I hate to say this, but he's gonna grab it. Pick it up,
Alright, so you reach down
and forever be cursed.
and your clawed fingers curl around the dagger hilt. You feel a shiver run down your spine as you pull the bone towards yourself, and you note that it is indeed masterfully carved from the bone of some form of humanoid creature. A nature check might tell you what, but there are letters carved upon it in a rather artful script. You see in smooth flowing letters N. Weaver carved along the hilt.
Beaver. Oh, it was probably somebody's.
It's a 7 on the nature, so I probably don't know what's made of.
No, you're not really sure what creature it's made out of. Just that it looks like a humanoid femur of some sort.
Hey, Gon.
Yo, what?
Any chance you can see if this is magical in any manner? Or if I can do that? I don't know if I can do that.
You do an arcana
Let
check
me-
to see if you can find any sparkle to it if you want to.
Okay. I can do an arcana check. I can probably fail it.
Probably won't know exactly what's going on with it, but
Hey, rolled a 19.
Oh, nice.
you don't seem to detect any form of magic along the dagger. Does
You
not
want me
feel-
to do my magic detection thing?
If you don't mind, this is a very curious weapon.
Sure. Yeah, I'll just settle down right here. Hey, Ollie, are you doing all right over there?
Ollie doesn't say anything. He just continues to stare south of the room and down a tunnel.
Oh, so I'm getting the silent treatment now. Okay. Fine. I didn't want to talk to you either.
Sorry for worrying about you.
Yeah. I'll just detect
Baka.
magic over here.
Baka.
Alright,
You hear Ollie
he
muttering something under his breath, and the only thing you hear clearly is "Baka."
Arthur's gonna pretty much do the same to each and every alcove that he did for the second one. Just do a swipe with the butt of the glaive and scoop anything out that might be there and just go one by one and leave the things on the floor for the others to inspect.
All right, you do that. We will address
Are
what each
you
of...
sure you're a dog or a cat?
His mom is a tabaxi. What did you expect? His one living parent is a tabaxi.
I'm sorry, I must observe the family ritual.
Knocking everything off the goddamn table.
Yes.
We will address what each of those items is as you guys do or do not decide to go look and pick them up. But anywho, Gon, you don't feel any magic from the dagger that Nicholas is holding, but some of the other things that Arthur is knocking to the ground to give a twinkle or two of various schools of magic. Nothing overly exciting, but a couple of them have something.
I'll just sort of walk behind Arthur and just
Cool.
point at each thing and just be like, magic, not magic, not magic, not magic. Oh, that one's magic.
Okie dokie. So from this third alcove, there's another dagger that clatters to the ground. It appears to have a tiny rodent skull set into the pommel. You don't feel any magic from that one. From this one, you see a small box fall to the ground. You do feel a glimmer of magic from that one.
Magic box. Alright.
Okay. From this one, you find an aspergillum that appears to have been carved from bone.
What is that?
Hold on, I looked this one up, and I know what it is, but I don't remember now, because I was
How do
thinking
you spell it? Oh wait, I think I've looked it up too. Oh yeah, it's the holy water sprinkler thingy.
Oh.
The stick with the ball at the end, and you just
Yes, and it appears to have been carved from bone. You don't feel anything from that. You
Well,
So
do.
kind of
be
looks
useful.
back, picks it up after it's been declared non-magical.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What
Thanks.
was the one between the goblin hand and the thingy-mabobber? The dagger.
There's a
Like
dagger.
Another
Two
dagger
daggers.
and a box, a magical box.
There's a
Oh, so a
dagger with a
second
rodent
dagger.
skull that was claimed not magical by Gan. There was a box that they felt a glimmer of magic from that came out right here. There was an aspergillum that came out from this alcove.
If you're
that
pinging, I'm not seeing it.
I am indeed pinging.
Can you change your color? I think it's just too dark. Or no, you're red.
Oh, I can't see
Why?
it either. Oh, now
Oh,
I
okay,
can.
yeah, no, you're pinging black for some reason.
There we go.
Weird.
So this is the aspergillum. So you found an aspergillum made of bone.
How do you spell that?
As you say it, pretty much. Spergildum.
It
There
is
we go.
a-
That was a very Hungarian pronunciation. Like,
Yes.
as you say.
from this little hole, you see a length of material of various colors and textures spill, almost leather-like, and it feels magical. You find a frog that appears to be dried and withered, currently tied to a stick, fall out of this alcove. It does not feel magical.
Frog on a stick.
Mm-hmm.
Why?
From this, there is a small pouch that falls on the floor, and a sort of puff of dust arises from its loosely tied neck. It does not feel magical, but it has something in it.
Sorry.
A finger that's almost as long as Arthur's hand falls from this alcove and twitches on the floor.
Thanks, I hate it.
It is definitely magical.
Is it the finger of never feel comfortable again?
A small wooden carved figurine falls out of this alcove. Looks like it might be a mummy. Its arms are crossed over its chest, and it has been wrapped with desiccated bandages over top of its actual carving. And it does not feel magical.
Arthur kind of looks at it after it's been declared safe. Relatively safe, and like, maybe at the end.
From this one, there is a clanging noise as this iron pendant falls to the ground. It has a leering, devilish face carved into the iron that hangs in a thong of chain. It does not feel magical. From this alcove, a head rolls. It's shriveled, it's shrunken, its lips are stitched together, and its eyes dart hither and thither. It is indeed magical.
Arthur kind of stumbles back into Gone for a moment. Sorry.
And from
I'm
this
just gonna keep this pillar between me and that.
and from this alcove, another box falls that has a slightly magical aura to it.
Okay.
Okay, 2 magic boxes, magic leather, magic finger.
Do the magical boxes look... Can I kind of shimmy them very gently open with the glaive step or something? Just like, try not to destroy it, but just like lift the lid carefully from a distance.
That's going to be a sleight of hand check for you. These are quite small boxes. You'll need to be very delicate.
What-
16?
A 16 is enough to lever open the first box. You gently slip the razor-sharp tip of your glaive and slowly anchor it upwards until the hinges give a nice little pop. The box opens and you see a purplish strip of flesh lying on a velvet-lined interior.
Alright, yeah, I'm not about any of these.
Yeah, I turn
Ollie.
to Gon. Do you know what that is? And Gon is just gone.
Yeah.
In fact, the flesh
Oh, wait.
Back
looks...
away.
In fact, Arthur, you've seen flesh that looks like that before. Every time you pant in a mirror, that's a canine tongue of some kind. Really large, too.
Purple flesh is in box 1 or box 2?
Box 2.
Still,
Oh, okay. So it was right.
it's written, yeah. That looks awfully familiar. And you can see him like try to speak with as little, opening his mouth as little as possible, as if he's afraid of losing his own tongue.
Every time you talk,
I'm,
the tongue twitches.
I'm
Okay.
getting a general theme from these things, and it's that they're mostly made of people, or the frog is made of frog.
Things.
I will pass. Yeah,
Just huddles over there with Ollie.
18.
yeah.
So with an 18, you perform much the same operation, and as this square box's
You now have
lid
practice.
pops open, you find yourself eye to eye with a giant eye that is about the size of your closed gauntleted fist, and it is staring at you.
Across the
blink
room,
Does it blink when I
right.
blink?
It can't blink as it does not have a body or an eyelid with which to blink.
Thank you.
John is going.
I gently close the box.
You gently close the box.
Okay, we have a hand, an eye, a tongue, a head, whole as frog, some dusty pouch, a finger, a figurine. We kind of have body parts, lots of body parts.
Yeah, yeah.
Sounds like you
Reluctantly.
can almost make a whole people.
Several.
What do I roll to figure out what the letters are made of? Like,
That'll
or
be
like
a-
figure out the origin of the things.
That'll be a nature or survival
Nature
check.
checks. Survival. Yeah, it doesn't really matter. It's a dumb doggo. Okay, 16.
Hey Ollie, you remember those creatures upstairs that were kind of dumb and accidentally fell in a spiked pit?
Mm-hmm.
This appears to be a cloak made from the flesh of ghouls.
Great.
A magical ghoul flesh cloak.
The colorful letters.
Yeah, all
Mhm.
different shades of ghoul flesh from many different
Does it-
ghouls, all stitched
Does it
together.
do anything?
Well, you don't know
I
that.
know what it does.
You don't know that.
Does the cloak look like it's diseased or as diseased as the ghoul is?
Medicine check, Nicholas.
That is a straight D20. That is a 16.
It doesn't look like it contains any diseases. There's no flies buzzing around it. It doesn't exude much of a putrid odor past like the smell of slightly uncured leather.
Okay.
Does it just give off like a necromantic aura? Or is there like another
For
type
you,
of
Gon,
magic?
yes, it gives off a touch of necromantic aura. You're not sure exactly what the enchantment is that it has on it, but it has some form of enchantment.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's necromancy. I wouldn't mess with it if I were you.
How
Was-
gross does this thing look?
It's not dripping, it is dried leathers. It is like a real serviceable cloak of some definition.
But like, so the leather can look drastically different depending on where it's from. Does it look like it obviously came from a ghoul, or is that just a roll I did not notice?
Does
It
it look
looks
like cow leather or does it look like people leather?
Well, first off, it was Arthur who rolled it, and I don't believe he shared that it was ghoul flesh with anyone. So if you
Oh,
want
he
to know,
he definitely did. Like as soon as he figured it out, like, oh
Okay.
my god, it's the thingy of the thingy. Do you
All
think
right.
it's magical? And like trying to figure that out.
okay, then yeah, since Arthur has pointed it out, you can see places where it's obviously ghoul flesh.
Okay, that yeah, Nicholas is not disgusted, but not visibly so by it. He has an idea what this eye can do, though. Whether it's
Arthur basically collects everything that the others don't want, except the goblin hand because that's just gross.
So I'm
The
pretty sure
daggers-
that's everything, but except for the dagger Nicholas has got.
Yeah, I grabbed
Okay.
the bone dagger with
Took that?
and Reaver
Okay.
carved on it. I'm considering grabbing the eye, and I'm interested in the pouch of dust if I'm aware of it.
Yeah, me too. I want to check on the dust. Was it declared magical?
No.
It was not
Remember.
declared magical.
Okay, then I give it very gentle opening shove. No, it's not gentle.
Oh gosh. And now the dust spills out.
It sure does.
Goes up in a
Over,
cloud.
all over Arthur. In fact, it just up in a poof of dust as you unceremoniously poke this pouch and are covered with this white dried powder of some sort.
Does it taste like
That's
anything?
people powder.
Are you gonna lick it?
I
Well,
was
it
just about to
probably
say,
got
like,
into my mouth. so
Go ahead and roll a
technically,
nature
yes.
check for me.
Oh.
It's not good. Yeah, it's not good.
Yeah, you're not sure exactly what this powder is, but you've breathed in quite a bit of it.
Do I see it? Do I see it?
It's impossible
Please tell
to
me I.
not.
What?
It's impossible not to see it.
Oh. Oh look! It looks. Oh look! We might have
The
found the
silvery
remains of
fur.
the children.
The silvery wolf turned into a white wolf.
I'm
Oh, you
sorry,
better
did
not
you?
have.
Did you
Yes,
say
I did.
we
Yes, I
might
did.
have found the remains of the children?
Sorry, what? Arthur goes completely still.
Yeah, Thorin is not enthused by that either.
I just wanted
Excuse
to make
me?
sure I was hearing
Rose
that
is
right.
is very offended.
And then Arthur catches up in his slow, not quite smart ways. But the children burned up in the upstairs. Stop that. That's not funny.
We've seen stranger things in this house.
Can I pick up the finger and throw it at Nicholas?
Okay. Okay.
I mean, you can. You can. So that's just
now
a.
we have devolved to PvP.
So
Yay.
that's just a straight strength throw for Arthur.
Oh, the strength. Wait. Oh wait, strength.
Little di-
strength
little-
is
little-
different.
Little did we know that
Oh,
fingers.
fuck.
Very different.
You watch as this finger comes sailing towards you, Nicholas, and hits you full on in the chest, and it starts to try to climb up your clothes towards your face.
Hate it. Hate it. Hate it.
I pat the finger off my chest.
You do this.
Congratulations, you deserved it.
All right. And then you
He
were.
dusts himself off and continues to collect the stuff that is not needed by anyone. Like the
Gone
wooden figurine,
and-
the frog, the thing.
Gon and Ollie, do a quick nature check as Arthur walks towards you.
Oh gosh.
Oh boy.
I'm gonna grab this eye, but with a gloved hand.
Are you gonna
I
grab the
assume I
box,
might
or are you
have
gonna open the box and grab the eye out of it?
You know what? There's a new pouch. Well, would this eye fit in the pouch? Does it seem like it would fit in the pouch?
It's a rather large eye. It's about the size of Arthur's closed fist with armor on.
Which is big. It's a big boy.
It's
So
it's
probably not.
decently
Beholder
large
eye?
boy.
I'll grab the box then, so we have.
Yeah, probably.
You grab the box. So Ollie and Gon, can you do a nature check for me?
Oh yeah.
Guidance or no?
If you're guidancing yourself, then I guess yes.
Okay. I will do that. Where's my
I don't know nothing.
guidance?
You're too distracted.
It's a wolf covered in white dust, collecting the random items that were deemed safe-ish.
16. Oh, I put my roll in the chat. Okay.
So Gon, you kind of sniff the air as a continuously funky Arthur approaches you, and you realize you've smelled that smell before. It was that one time that you had to spend a night inside an abandoned barn, and in the morning you heard a lot of chittering above your head, and when you looked up, there was just bats everywhere.
Oh no, it's the Bengal.
And they have a really
Guano.
yeah, they have a really powdery white poop when it dries. Arthur is
Yeah.
covered in powdered bat guano.
All right. You know
You have
what?
prestidigitation.
Maybe if he
No, I
informs you.
still have the cleaning rag, right? No,
I
probably not.
will just save you the dignity of knowing what that is. You,
I mean, he's occasionally dusting himself off continually, but it's like it gets into his fur, like under the overcoat, like into the fluffy undercoat, and it's just like it's a nightmare to get off.
mm-hmm. Hey, let's all take a very long bath after this.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Mm-hmm.
Ugh.
Yeah, I'll stay over here.
Okay, collecting the pendant.
So,
I know.
yeah,
Does the
you
shrunken
into...
head do things?
What was that last bit?
Does the shrunken head do things?
The shrunken head is currently sitting on the floor and its eyes are darting in various directions. They focus on you as you approach it.
And I poke it, not with the blade part. See if it does anything.
You see its eyes wince.
Okay, sorry about that. Hope you don't need to breed. Does it have like a hair bit that I can grab?
Yes, actually. It has hair that is drawn back into a ponytail. It looks very stringy and dry.
apologize in advance, pick it up very carefully, and show it in the bag of holding with all the others.
You see its stitched mouth grimace at what might be pain as you shove it into the bag.
Okay.
So-
Hate it.
Is it normal
Golden.
for you to want to collect any body parts you find? Should I just expect
Might
this
come in-
from now on?
It might come in handy. They were speaking about some sacrifice. I don't know. It's like yeah. It's best.
Oh, all right, I'll allow you that.
What
Yeah,
about
I'm
So
not
you
so
can't-
sure. I'm not so
you
sure
can't-
how alive those centipedes are in the bag.
Yeah, I
can't
don't know.
No, they don't
Oh,
need
the
air.
centipedes. Yeah, and the centipedes aren't in the bag of holding. They are in the little pouch Khan has.
Yeah,
fine,
they're just in
sure.
my bag.
Yep. All the air they would need.
So you've collected everything except for the bone dagger and the eye box, which Nicholas has taken.
Yeah, and the goblin hand, which just got cut up.
Nicholas
And
also
gross.
grabbed a bone dagger.
I know.
Yeah.
I said you got the bone dagger.
Okay.
I said you
I,
got the.
I didn't know if you were
Yeah,
inferring it being whatchamacallit, left behind.
No, I said you got everything except for the bone dagger and the magic box with the eye in it, because Nicholas got that. Did you pick up the ghoul cloak?
No, I did not.
no. Not yet, technically.
Okay, and I guess
Because Nicholas was still looking at it.
and I guess technically you didn't get the long twitching finger because you threw it at Nicholas and then he batted it away.
I might go around and get that one though.
What about your dog tongue box?
Definitely getting that. Just like standing nervously over it and then closing it shut. Seeing if I can like lock it or something, and
It does
then
not
if I
appear to
don't
have a
find a
lock.
lock, I just run a couple of bits of rope around it. Just tie it shut and then show it next to everything else.
Alright, go ahead and make me a wisdom saving throw as you pick up the box.
Gosh. Save, you said.
Okay. You're fine.
Yeah, it's unnerving, but like, okay. If I pick up the finger very carefully, like around the closest to the point of the finger digit. I don't know. Does it have like a nail or a claw?
Very long nail, yes.
Yeah, I pick it up closest to that so it can't like twitch around and stab me with
And
it.
it's definitely
Like how you-
trying.
I just pick up a snake if you're anyway.
Yeah, it's definitely trying as you pick it up. It's twisting and writhing in your grip.
I'm gonna take the pouch and shove it in there and
There's
pull
another
it closed and tie it.
There's another poof of white dust as you shove it into the pouch and then tie it shut tightly. You can see it wriggling and writhing.
And shove it back into the bag of holding. Do we want to take the cloak? Can I make an Arcana check or something to determine if the cloak does anything or if it's just a very gross cloak?
So I don't believe you can do an Arcana check if you want, but I don't believe you'd be able to determine anything more than what Gon has already told you, that it has some kind of necromantic energy to it.
Yeah, you'd need to have an identify spell to tell it what it actually does, I think.
That, or you'd have to attune to it.
Yeah.
Mm.
That too, but that's like sticking your hand in a box to figure out what's in the box.
What does the tuning
Instead of opening
entail
it.
in this? Wearing it for a while?
Yep, taking at least a short rest while focusing on it.
Ah, okay, no. I kind of flip it open and closed and like, okay, whatever.
So you touch it.
No, it's flipping it first. Yeah, in the end I touch it. At first I just flip it with the butt end of the glaive and then touch it to fold it up and try to put it away.
Alright, and as you pick it up to fold it up, you're gonna go ahead and make another wisdom saving throw for me.
Oh gosh.
So nothing happens right now. You pick up the ghoul skin cloak and you tuck it away in your bags. You don't feel any different. other than kind of skeeved out that you touched a ghoul skin cloak. Carry on.
I've got that down. I've got that down. Wriggly finger in guano bag. I got that down. I got that down. I got that down. Iron pendant.
So while Arthur's been doing all this, Ollie, what have you been up to?
Ollie has been staring down this corridor, not really moving, talking, or even really blinking. Just staring.
Gon like tries to make a joke at one point, like, well, I'm glad there's at least 2 of us who don't like to collect body parts left, and not getting response. It's like, alright. Well, there's at least one of us.
At least one of us exists in the moment.
Yeah. Oh dear.
All right. So Gon and Nicholas, you're kind of inching further down this hallway.
Sure, let's go have a
Yes.
peeky.
I am on inch 2 for much further.
All right.
Arthur
So
catching
you,
up. Dusting himself.
And now Ollie does something because he follows.
Oh, well, that's good. That's something.
All right. So go ahead and roll perception. There we go. Perception checks for me.
Yeah, Ollie didn't see shit.
Ollie's too busy looking for shit to see shit.
8.
Arthur is too busy dusting himself off to see it.
It's just every
Oops.
time you touch yourself, more poofs of guano just everywhere.
It's just like, I knew it. Dust doesn't come out of the coat. You have to like make it grosser with water and then it washes out at least. But ugh.
Nicholas's ears are back as he just like sniffs the putrid scent from behind him, and that is just Arthur with all of the body parts and all of the guano, and he just pinches his nose. Gon, you're the only one who is really focusing on the task at hand. So as you all move forward, Gon, you notice that the stone beneath you is sort of damp, kind of slippery, slimy almost. Not in a way that's going to cause you to have to watch your step too badly, but enough that you are aware of it. It is a very deep, dank place. As you peer down the hallway, you don't see any signs of movement, and the only thing that you can hear is that whispering echo that has been growing ever since you've been down here. One must die. One must die. And the gentle slap of stagnant water against stone.
Well, this is very twisty and turny. Oh, yeah, actually, you know what, Nicholas? You can go first. I am okay with that.
Alright. Anything in these alcoves?
So as you peer into these 2 alcoves, you can see rusted chains hanging on the walls next to you here. Whoopsie. Here and here. Some of them have almost completely disintegrated into small piles of corroded flakes of iron that kind of dust the bottom of the cells in this sick orange looking ichor. And nothing else is in there. As you peer around the
More
next
slime?
As you peer around the
Sorry.
next corner, you see 2 similar alcoves.
No, good. Don't like this. Ollie just kind of stays to the back.
And he's just kind of ignoring these chain manacles, and if anything's in or not in them.
Yeah, currently you find no bones in these particular manacles.
You know, we are covered in a lot of unusual substances. There's just so much slime in the world, and I did not appreciate that before coming here.
You see, you don't usually really run into slime because it's all right here.
Scientific field day.
All right, you two go ahead and just roll me general perception checks in that area.
I just realized that N Weaver
Oh god.
is. I'm sorry, it's late. I wonder if Arthur picked up
7.
that.
Intelligence check for Arthur.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, because on the token. Shit.
The what?
No, I can't change the token.
Eh?
Perception for me, though, is 7.
Okay.
Oh.
It looks like a very normal looking cell. Nothing to see there. Same thing for you, Gon. You just got.
Oh wait.
Oh, wait.
Plus 3. Never mind. 12.
12? Yeah. Still very normal looking cell to you.
Arthur is gonna start perceiving. No, he's not.
Arthur, you peer into this cell, and as you do so, you sneeze a little bit, and some of that guano goes into your eye. You've got pink eye now.
Anything over?
Great.
Anything over there?
Poor doggo.
Looks normal to me. As normal as this place gets.
Yeah.
Dank
Goes
water.
forward, I
tracking.
guess.
I'm so unused to being such a. Never mind.
What was the thing you realized before, Kathy? I didn't quite catch that.
The bone dagger has Nicholas's name on it.
But he's also
his-
never shared his last
Oh.
name. He's also
Yeah.
never shared his last name.
Oh.
Yeah. I just saw it on his character right now because we have the full names visible right now. Because I'm working, so I had a clue.
So, Ollie, as you percept into these two cells, you don't see anything of note into those particular ones. Just more manacles just hanging from the walls. Arthur, as you stop there and look from left to right, you notice that the stone of the cell over here in the wall is slightly different in one area than it is in the others. And Nicholas, as you step into the bottom area right there and take a look, you round the corner to see a skeleton draped in black robes that is currently chained to the wall. Very familiar looking black robes.
Considering I haven't seen anything else yet, I'm gonna see if there's like anything that identifies this individual.
Okay, go ahead and roll investigation on him for me.
Investigate the weird looking wall.
Okay, that is a nat 18 for a dirty 20. No, that's 19.
So, as you're looking him over, your eye catches a glint of metal on one of his fingers. He appears to be wearing a golden ring on his left index finger.
I will grab it.
Alright, you reach out, you grab the ring, and then please roll me a dexterity saving throw.
My voice back.
Do I have advantage on that? Raise armor, you gain uncanny sense when things aren't as they should be. Give me advantage to dodge away from danger. You have advantage on dex saves against effects that you can see, such as traps and spells. Would this count?
Nope, it's not a trap or a spell.
Okay. Okay. It was saying such as in terms of like examples, but
It is
Like-
neither a trap nor a spell.
my dex is +2. Dirty 20.
Okie dokie. You see the fingers twitch and you manage to yank your hand and the ring away and part of the finger away, just before the skeleton starts thrashing against its bonds and screaming manically at you and cackling. And as you watch, standing there before it, it proceeds to shake itself to literal dust.
Oh.
Hmm.
Now there are
Hmm.
two.
Hmm.
Two
I'm
furry
gonna
creatures covered in dust.
I'm gonna make a bravery check for Gon. He runs. Oh god.
Oh,
Ollie,
forgot.
move!
I got so
Nicholas is
confused.
definitely dead. Let's go.
As you reach about their
Hasn't most of the party already figured that one out?
as you reach about there, Gon, you hear a grating sound to your right, and you glance over, and you see Arthur, who was investigating the wall, has pushed against a stone, and it has moved to reveal a passageway.
Guys, I think I found a shortcut of sorts.
Seeing this ring, and making my way back if I hear Arthur say that.
Oh, you're not dead.
No, I am not. But
Why
good
did you
to know.
scream like that? What the hell?
Yes. Well, things can be quite surprising, such as knowing that not everyone here can be, relied on.
You're surprised by that?
Actually, no. Looking over at Ollie.
Now you're getting it.
Speaking of Ollie, what you doing?
Ollie just begins to shake uncontrollably, and he doesn't say shit.
Ollie, you can hear the sound of lapping water all the louder off to your, your left, my right, through the doorway that Arthur has just opened up.
Do I notice anything in particular about this ring I found?
You know that it is a signet ring. It has what looks like a G artfully stamped into the head of it, and it's made of gold.
So it's like a class ring,
Kinda, yeah.
basically?
Like a noble's signet ring. Also, the one finger that is still left within it is twitching.
I grab the finger and yank it out and toss it over my shoulder.
It dissipates to dust on the breeze as you do.
He is going to wear the signet ring, but like backwards, where the signet part is on the palm side. Doesn't want to identify himself as somebody else that was held prisoner.
Okay, you do
Actually,
this.
no, he would pocket it instead. Doesn't have a reason to put it on. He would pocket it.
Okie dokie.
Put that in my
A
character sheet.
G, you say?
A G.
A G.
A G. Alrighty,
Good
Arthur.
thing we don't know anyone whose name starts with a G.
Good thing, yeah.
Oh my god, it is good boys!
Yeah, exactly. It's yours. Sure.
I didn't have
Alright, Arthur, as you roll a 14 perception check, you peer through the doorway that you have found. It looks like it had melded perfectly into the wall, a secret stone door that swings back on well-oiled hinges. The sounds of water lapping against stone are much louder in here. It has an echoey, almost cavernous appeal to it. As you peer forward, you see a softly glowing altar mounted on a pedestal that seems to rise out of a black pool of liquid. The liquid is so putrid and dark that you cannot see the very bottom of it. It peels away into darkness and undoubtedly vegetation that haunts the bottom of this lonely pool. To the south, you see a break in the wall where refuse has piled up over the years.
Okay, I look one look at the altar, one look at the pile of goo south. Wait, I need to roll for this. Just a sec.
Bravery check for you.
No, Arthur connects the dots and realizes that that's probably what was under the well that he had a little scuffle with late.
Actually,
earlier.
with a 19 intelligence, you would know cardinal directionally that it is way, way, way too south to be where you had a scuffle. Wherever the well went, it's somewhere to the north, and you're not entirely sure if the rest of this house even connects to wherever the well went to.
That's good news then.
He is still suspicious, like just he had a scuffle in the well and there's a thing that is kind of mossy, kind of gooey, mostly looks like just trash, but maybe avoid the north thingy. And also gone.
Yeah.
Do you still have those wriggly thingies? What were they? Centipedes or whatever?
Well, you know what? Let's take a look together. Let's make this a team bonding activity. I take off my bag and I open it. What does it look like?
So
Are they still alive?
go ahead and roll me sleight of hand.
Oh boy. Would I? Yeah, sure. I'll guidance myself for this.
Good idea.
Always guidance.
Yeah, I just don't think he has like time for perception checks and stuff like that. Ooh, that's thank goodness I guidanced. All right.
Makes sense.
Plus. Oh.
And Arthur ready himself to catch any that wriggles out of Gon's grasp.
Arthur can ready himself to try and help Gon if that happens, yes.
Okay, that's what he's doing.
16.
16? Lucky.
Yeah.
Yeah. The centipedes almost make it over the mouth of the bag before you can yank it shut again.
Whoop.
Okay.
Yep. Got them. They're here.
Arthur points to the glowing altar. Think you can try them on that.
Ollie whispers under his
Alright.
breath. It's not gonna be enough.
We also have.
They also
that
have
shrunken
body
head.
parts and bones and stuff.
He shakes his head. It's not enough.
Is
Hey,
this
quick-
where you died?
I don't know about you, but I would rather try than be stuck here for any longer than necessary.
He'll look over to Ollie. Is this where you died?
If Gon allows, Arthur takes the bag of
You're
wiggly
gonna just-
things from
Uh,
Gon and starts
Arthur?
walking into the wall.
Arthur, gonna need you to back up just 1 second because Nicholas was asking
sorry.
Ollie a question.
Ollie doesn't give you an answer, at least not the one you're looking for. Instead, he points up at the ceiling and says, "They know."
And as you follow Ollie's finger, you see floating above the water, hovering near the ceiling, the forms of 13 spectral figures, clad in flowing black robes, their faces completely obscured by the ethereal material. And you realize that's what the chanting is coming from. One must die. One must die.
Bag's all yours. Bye.
Arthur kind of his ears flatten and stares up with the bag in his hand and the glaive in his other hand. And
Can I make an attempt to grab like the collar of Gon's armor or shirt?
Oh,
Yeah,
I've got a scarf.
that's 2.
It's
Alright.
very grabbable.
So, yeah, that'll be a strength check versus Gon's either athletics or acrobatics.
Okay, strength. I got a +2 in that. I'm
Why
sure
am I
they're
rolling?
fine. I'm sure they're fine.
Banana.
Plus.
Curious. Very. Ollie seems to stare up at the specters, almost like he has a
You keep rolling 9s, and I only
I
roll
know, I'm very
ass or
suspicious.
I roll only like 3 or lower or 18 or higher. There's no middle ground.
That's a good average.
And that's a chaos dice right there. You're welcome, babe.
Mhm.
Anyway. So, that little bit of scarf just eludes your fingers as Gon whips it behind him like, nope!
Arthur turns to his remaining
And
companions.
then missing his grasp on Gon, I was like, looks like you prefer to have Ollie's fate for the next untold number of years.
I what? Oh, God, no. You're right.
Ollie's gonna step forward, one foot
wait,
in the water, and
wait.
he's gonna. Oh, sorry.
Wait.
Yes, you were gonna do something. I forgot. Sorry. Go ahead.
Was the one of the two of you could you hold on to Thorn for a moment? I'm not sure I want to approach the altar with him still riding along.
Ollie looks over sympathetically, knowing that he can't.
Nicholas,
I suppose
you
I
had Thorn
could.
before, right?
No, I had Rose, and Rose hated it.
Yeah, that means you can. Like it's just a can you or not?
I could, though I'm sure he wouldn't give it, wouldn't prefer as such. Such as his sister very much did not enjoy going on for a ride with me.
I don't know if you've
Nicholas
noticed, but
is
Nicholas
annoyed by it.
isn't the most fun guy around.
Hopefully it's only
How
temporary.
does Thorn feel about this suggestion?
Yeah, I have no
Uh,
idea.
Thorn is nervous, but also he doesn't want to go anywhere near the altar, so it's like, which thing am I afraid of more?
That is a damn good question right now in Thorn's position.
Can I do what is it? Persuasion. Please go. Oh my god.
And he's like, no. And he also doesn't seem to want you to go anywhere near the altar, so if you want to get there, you're going to need to make a wisdom saving throw.
Please go.
Nope, you try to take a step
Arthur's still-
forward towards the water, and you freeze in place.
Arthur is still standing, one hand gripping the bag of centipedes tightly, the other the glaive, and he's still not moving anywhere.
And as you stand there frozen, grappling with the spirits within, you see Ollie moving forward towards the water.
Oh,
Yeah,
God, no.
Ollie steps forward, 1 foot in the water, and he looks up at the specters and he just asks, "Can I do it again?"
Oh no, Ollie,
No.
no!
Wait!
And
Tina can't stop me.
Nicholas is grabbing for the bag that Arthur has.
Great. Arthur, do you let him take the bag, or does he need to wrench it from your paws?
Wrench it.
Okay, contested strength checks.
Oh god. I'll either fail or succeed. No middle ground.
You'll probably succeed.
Gon, what were you trying to do?
11. Oh no, I did it.
we-
So
Oh,
close.
no. Okay, so as they're both wrestling with the bag, I'm gonna just flip it open and grab a centipede with my... not bare hands, because I do have gloves, but my gloved hand.
Okie dokie. So you opened the bag?
Mm-hmm.
Okie dokie.
I
So
mean, Arthur is basically holding it shut in a iron grip, like just
Yeah.
gripping his
Oh,
glaive
okay.
and the bag of thingy. But if you ask him, he might give it to you instead of trying to wrench it from his hands, Nicholas.
okay. Well, there's
If
3
you
people
really
fighting over
wanna
a bag of centipedes. Ollie, as you ask your question while they are currently fighting over a bag of centipedes, the specters go silent for a moment, and the one in the center, the 13th one, he floats down to just above the altar, and he kind of peers at you, and its head tilts to the left ever so slightly. It does not appear to be an answer, but neither is it a denial.
You see
maybe
Ollie
you
I
sort
should
of
know.
wait
sort of
first.
he clutches a hand to his chest and he sort of seems to recoil. He looks like if he could throw up, he would.
All right, back to Centipede Town. Okay, Gon, I'd say it would be a sleight of hand for you to get in there and like wiggle a hole in the bag to grab a centipede out while they're fighting over it. Right now, Arthur is maintaining his grip while Nicholas is just trying to yank it free. So go ahead and make a sleight of hand check to see DC 15 to see if you can wiggle a hole open and grab a centipede.
No. 3 plus. Oh,
Oh god.
So many 3s today. Let's get them out of the way.
You're gonna need all your higher rolls.
And Arthur persuade Ollie not to go.
That would be more like charming a player, so I'm not gonna let you do that. Unfortunately, that you can say things, and if that is enough to
I said
persuade
it,
this
Ollie, no.
character,
Please, no.
all right.
Alright.
So what's your total? 5? Yeah, no, you don't get a centipede. You guys are wrestling with it. Gon's trying to get a centipede. Nick and Arthur fighting over a bag of centipedes. Ollie, what are you doing?
I just ask.
Ollie's staying right where he is. He wasn't so much offering himself as much as finding out if how much danger he's actually in.
Yeah.
Let me know
No,
if I can roll
Nicholas
another
just went to
wisdom
grab it, and if he resisted, he was like, "Okay, fine."
It seems
Well,
like up
after
till
you.
now. Oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
It seems like up till now, Ollie has had some sort of scrap of hope, and maybe since I've already done it, it kind of disqualifies me. But no, he did.
All right, yeah. Go ahead and roll another wisdom saving throw, Arthur, to see if you can shovel through.
Oh, finally.
Okie dokie. So Thorn is still screaming in the back of your mind, and it's kind of echoing through your brain, but you are able to wrench your body into some semblance of control again. You are able to move forward if you wish to. It's just going to be very difficult, so half speed.
Can I bump him into Nicholas? Sort of.
Since you offered yourself up willingly, you're not really able to eject him. He'd have to want to leave.
Okay, how do I persuade him? Please, I don't want to risk your ghostly well-being. But I need to do this. I know it's scary, but that's why I don't want to take you with me, please.
Persuasion.
Yeah. Oh, finally.
You hear a whimper in the back of your mind. Okay. And then Nicholas, you feel a pressure from sort of the connection of your hand and Arthur's as you were grappling with the bag. And it feels sort of like that feeling when Rose dove into you. Do you let it happen?
No.
Oh, come
Okay, that's going to be a contested wisdom saving throw.
Yeah, he was at least somewhat more amicable with Rose, not so much with this actual toddler. Will save?
He's a very good boy.
I believe it is a wisdom save. Let me just double
I
check. Oh,
probably
charisma
fail.
saving throw. Sorry,
Oh,
charisma saving
charisma
throw.
save. Okay. I'll do that then. 10?
Oh no.
Right in the middle of the road?
Nope. You suddenly need to make a wisdom saving throw because you are engulfed with unholy terror.
Great.
And also
have a
you
terrifying
feel
toddler.
you feel a great need to cry.
15 on a wisdom save.
Okie dokie. You manage to hold back your tears and you're shaking and your tail is puffed out, but you don't run. And you have control of your body otherwise.
Okay. How can I start walking to the altar with the worms?
Yeah, as long as nobody else is trying to stop you.
Nope, Ollie's staying right where he is.
All right, Arthur, you approach the altar. You jump down into the water, back up a bit.
35. Yes, 30. Oh, yeah.
You jump down into the water and you find it is up about your chest, black and deep and ichor-like. And it almost feels just a little bit viscous in nature, like one step above sludge as you move through it. And you can feel it matting down your poor white fur and all of its bat guano along with it as you move through the waters. And you feel your paws beneath you bump into objects below the surface, and at one point you feel a crunch, as though you have shattered some
hold the
brittle bone-like substance beneath it.
I hold the bag of worms and the glaive higher, just like trying to wade through the sludge.
Mm-hmm. And you make it to the altar, and that figure that came down and tilted its head at Ollie is still hovering there. And it looks at you, and you peer into the hood, and you notice that there's nothing there. It is completely empty, devoid, except for two small points of bluish green witch firelight that almost act as eyes peering back at you. The chanting, which had ceased when Ollie asked his question, has picked up again from the other 12 figures that are hovering above, far above, in the cavern-like roof of this place, until this figure holds up both hands in sort of a shushing, ceasing motion, and they fall silent. It looks to you again, Arthur, and it says, "What do you bring for he who is the land?"
I stare him down, and without a word, I append the worms onto the altar and then squish them with my free paw.
Okay, so make a attack roll.
Wait. Let's say this one.
If it's with your paw, that's gonna be, yeah.
Natural.
Okie dokie.
Yep.
8. Okie dokie. You bring your paw down and you proceed to crush 8 of the centipedes against the altar itself. And they release a shrieking noise before you are swarmed by the remaining centipedes. Go ahead and roll initiative.
Great.
Sorry, what?
Yeah, there's centipedes. There's more than one.
Yeah, but the go ahead and it was cut off.
Wait, initiative.
Initiative.
Oh, initiative.
Oh, okay.
Initiative.
There's
Okay.
bugs attacking.
Yeah.
good
Arthur,
point.
Ah,
you
it's
have.
okay.
Arthur
yeah.
has advantages.
9.
No, I am going to click my token because that's the easier way to do it.
Is fix
Yeah.
it to 9. Wait, I think I can fix it. Yeah. It's 9.
Oh yeah, preemptively. Can I hide?
Ooh. Nicholas did want to start making his way towards the altar as well.
Well, you're not going to be able to do that right now because we are currently in initiative.
Okay.
Yep.
Also, you have a very afraid boy in your head.
I didn't want to try to move too much while Arthur was doing his thing and interrupt him.
Before I do this, Gan, do you have any problem with centipede pictures?
I think that's fine.
Okay.
Thank you for checking.
Yeah,
Ugly boys are
that was
good.
really nice.
No,
Ollie
yeah.
and
those
Nick
are the-
already.
I'm pretty much
Oh, yeah,
okay
Nick
with
are-
all the creepy crawlies except for the bad bitey boys as previously discussed. But I just wanted to double check because I know not everybody is.
Oh, he's ready. He's ready to run away.
Alright, Centipede needs to roll his initiative.
I have any AoE things. Mm,
Oh yeah,
maybe.
that's not bad at all.
It almost looks like Scorch from the newer Pokemon game, or one of the newer ones.
That's actually a really cool Pokemon. I like that
Yeah.
one a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Come at me, bro.
Don't remember how many centipedes I got.
Good handful.
Yeah.
I think we rolled for it though. But I don't remember either.
Mhm.
Did you put it in your character sheet?
No. It just says pouch of centipedes, which I guess I no longer have.
Not anymore, no.
Okay. The centipedes are nice too.
Okie dokie. 1 second, just getting some things set
I've
up.
got this, guys.
Absolutely nothing to worry about. Do not fret
Arthur's
your
thinking is
head.
basically that he's gonna try the centipedes, and if it doesn't work, he's gonna sacrifice himself because that's what a good paladin would do.
Well,
But that's why we're all within stopping distance.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
well, let's hope you can kill the centipedes in time then.
I have a thing.
Alrighty, and let's see.
Can only get.
-8. Okay. Alright. First up is Nicholas. You see Arthur smash the bag onto the altar and kill about 8 centipedes before the rest begin to swarm over his body. What do you do?
Adding dagger to my attacks. Daggers are D4?
Or yeah.
Okay.
You can probably find them in the catalog thing.
Oh, yeah, that is true.
Those are in there.
Okay, cool. Just added that in there, and ruler. I want to get up next to Arthur, and using the dagger, cut at some of them.
Alright, go ahead.
Please don't cut me. I didn't plan on shaving just yet.
That's a crooked die. That is a natural 15 for a 19 to hit.
That hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
That is going to be 5 points of slashing damage.
Okie dokie. And roll me a
Yes, sir.
sleight of hand so that you are hitting the centipedes and not Arthur, because they are currently swarming on Arthur.
Oh, okay. Sleight of hand. Oh, that's a natural 12 for a 14.
Alright, you managed to spear 5 centipedes in quick succession without piercing any wolfish hide.
Yay.
and you flick them onto the altar. And you do notice, both of you, as you're up this close, that the runes on the altar do seem to glow a little bit brighter as each centipede body hits it.
Nice.
Anything else for your turn, Nicholas?
Might wanna get away from me. Although no, you're like you're a boy. Yeah, that's fine. Never mind.
Just looking at my other things I can do. I'm gonna say no, not yet.
Alrighty,
So that'll end my turn.
next up, Ollie.
Yeah. So, hope isn't a thing that's really existed in Ollie for a long time. Even through everything, through all the progression through the house, there hasn't really been true hope. There's been dread and fear of what's to come and what they might trigger and what might happen to them, and just a lot of fear. But as he sees the runes lighting up ever so slightly to bugs, that is the first kindling of hope that he has ever experienced since he got stuck here. And you see, as his eyes widen, his mouth falls open, he just starts sloshing almost in a panic-driven way through the water up to the altar, and he just starts trying to squish them and toss them on the altar as fast as he can.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna make that
Nothing
a
so far,
club
Nick. It just acted like a regular dagger.
Okay.
I'm gonna make that a club attack so I don't stab him.
Alrighty. And go ahead and roll sleight of hand so you don't accidentally hit a good boy.
Yes.
Should be better at that than me, hopefully. Hell yeah.
Yeah. You managed to swat them quite effectively with your club, just one after another. Bam, bam, bam. 5 more centipedes. There's only 4 left crawling around on Arthur now.
Considering we killed 18 of them already.
It is now the centipede's turn, however, unless you have another move you'd like to do, Ollie.
I was
no,
going
I
to
don't
howl
think
them
I have anything I
down.
can do, so.
Oh, question, because this could help.
Oh, wait.
Does the rogue get sneak attack on the centipedes?
Actually, yes. Yes, the rogue
Oh.
does.
Wait, what?
Roll sneak attack. Roll sneak attack damage.
You're a rogue, right?
Yeah. How do I roll sneak attack damage again? It's been a while.
I think it's 1d6 for your level.
Hey! Nice.
So about those 4 more centipedes.
Oh no.
Alright, so this is what happens. As you bam, bams, flish, flish, flick, right onto the altar, one after the other, after the other. There's 22 centipede bodies on the altar right now, some of them still twitching. As the final leg ceases to twitch, you hear a rumbling to the south. Everybody's eyes shoot that direction as you see that mass of garbage rise up once. And Ollie, you have a panicked flashback as you remember the first time you saw those tendrily arms and root-like apparati, just the sloshing of bodies and vegetation falling off of it as it rises up out of the mound. But then you see the apparition who is hanging over the altar raise its hand to its mouth and make a sort of motion, and the beast shudders once and falls back into the pile, dispersing amongst it. And you see the specters above, one by one, just fading away until the very last figure that's left is the one before you. And it looks at the centipedes, and it looks at your eyes, Ollie, and you see it starting to fade from existence. He is the land. And you feel a sort of pop inside your being, Ollie. And a surge of freedom rushing through you. You don't know how long it's going to last, but it's there. And the air feels less heavy. In fact, Nicholas, you feel it even in your soul as you're standing here. There's a radiating sort of calm spreading from the altar. Creaks and groans and the oppressive nature that you hadn't even noticed they'd become so commonplace before just fade away. You're in a dank, dingy basement, Arthur, but you no longer feel that oppressive evil anymore that had you throwing up back on the stairs. Gone. Even you feel this wave of just momentary slumber wash over everything in the house. It is still, it is quiet, it is calm, and then you all hear what sounds like the click and pop of 1,000 doors and bolts and chains moving. And if you look off to the north, you see the portcullis raising. And all is quiet, and all is still, and you're out of combat.
Did we do it?
You see as Ollie collapses onto his knees, his fingers digging into Arthur's attire. His club drops to the ground with a clatter, and he just starts sobbing.
Arthur kind of awkwardly hugs slash holds Ollie up. There. I think we did it. He says to
leave.
the others. Good idea.
We need to leave before it closes again.
Let's
Go.
let's go then.
Right then.
I would like you all to call me a genius, but that can wait.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
Nicholas had zero hope in that working. He was ready to like yell at Arthur like, grab the shrunken head.
Ollie picks up his club
Have
and
the
like, splashes
head.
the water,
Yeah, and like kill on Arthur. Sorry.
and he's just following after everybody, and he pauses to look back at Arthur like, "Are you coming?
Yes. Sorry. Yes.
This is
They
not a
open
place you want to
now.
stay."
Bring my bag also.
Okay.
And Arthur, as you step back up on the
Let me
platform
ask
and
you-
the altar, no, run, fucking run.
Go.
Come on, Ollie. Keep ahead of me.
Yep.
Ahead of me. Come on.
Oh yeah, Ollie has no problem with that. He's fucking sprinting now.
Okay.
Here we are. Oh,
Guys,
I
go.
don't know what those icons were, but
To the right. Ollie, go. Arthur is bringing up the bag.
And as you go,
The trapdoor.
you note that here even it feels lighter. The atmosphere feels. It's still a dank, dark basement, but there's no more oppressive, just like dread hanging over it.
Uh-huh. And you hear Ollie whispering thank yous and thank yous and I'm sorry's and names, and you don't recognize these names, but names.
I hope my name's next.
Kin, Walter, a few others that you can't quite make out.
Are the wolves back in place in this room?
This room is exactly how Ollie's always seen it. All the wolves back in place, the deer head mounted against the wall, everything exactly perfectly as it's always been.
Yeah, Ollie just bursts past everybody and throws the door open. He nearly nearly falls over as he skids around the corner and makes a break for the front door.
I can hear like your hooves scraping against the floor, slipping
Yeah,
on your turns.
Arthur pauses for the briefest second to pet the wolf closest to the exit. Good boy. Farewell.
And if he can, he's going to throw the doors open and throw himself onto the ground outside.
So, Ollie, you grab the door handles and you turn them, and for the briefest of seconds, you're not entirely sure if they're going to open. You feel a resistance, and then, just like the surface tension of a bubble on the water just popping, the doors seem to fly open almost of their own accord and practically dump you out into the cool, misty air of a Barovian morning. It's slightly lighter now. There's a little bit of, it's not really sunlight because, Gan, as you step out into the world, you don't have to squint and shield yourself as you would normally do, but you can see things a little bit clearer. The houses are a bit more defined around you. And as the very last one of you steps out and into the street, you feel the doors slam shut behind you in a sort of finalizing way. And you're free.
And then the first thing Ollie says as he, pulls himself back up to a knee and he turns around and says, Rose? Thorn?
And Nicholas, you feel a surge within you and Gan within you as two figures pop out and stand on the ground either side of Ollie, looking up at him, each smiling and each reaching up to take a hand.
I mean, screw that, Ollie's just gonna hug them both.
And you drop down and you wrap your arms around each of them and they hug you back. And they're crying. Tears never touch the ground. They dissipate into nothing before they even reach that far. But they are hugging and they are crying and they're free. You're free. I haven't been outside in forever, says Thorn, choking back tears. I forgot what the grass looked like, says Rose.
And you're never gonna have to go back in there ever again.
Arthur kind of sniffs and blinks really fast and then says, considering we were tricked into entering a house on the premise of saving children, save the children. And you can see him kind of with a loopy grin, like he's not sure if he should be proud of himself or just call himself lucky that you all survived, but he's really happy. His tail is wagging and everything.
We've got a whole world out there to explore, kids. Where do you want to go first?
I don't know. What? And Thorn suddenly steps away from Ollie and he looks down at his hands. And you can see them starting to fade. Thorn, what's wrong? And Rosa shrieks and she looks down and her legs are starting to fade.
What? No. Ah!
And you can see
Back inside.
Oh, they're going back inside, all right. You can see little wispy, traily lines of them slithering back towards the house. As each piece fades and turns into miasma, it's sucked back through the cracks underneath the door. What's happening? Make it stop!
Can we do an... Arthur kind of grabs after them. Can we do anything?
What do you try to do?
I am ready to grab both of them if they try to go into the house.
Oh, they're not trying to go into the house.
I mean Arthur and
Oh,
Gon.
he means
Arthur
us.
and Gon. Arthur and Gon. I'm ready to grab both
Let's
of
be
them if they
real,
try
he's
to go
not
inside.
saving the children.
Discord wasn't transmitting it, but Ollie is trying to grab Arthur and Gon and yank them forward, and he was barking at them, take them back, like put them back.
that's basically what Arthur is trying to do. Grab at Thorn
Yeah.
and kind of try to hug him to himself, if that even does anything.
Thorn dives at you, and if you're allowing it, he will sink into you.
Yeah, Gon is like standing in front of the door with like his arms wide, just like, no, over here, over here, over here.
Rose turns and dives into you, Gon, as you offer. And you see the dissipation ceases. Those little bits and pieces just lazily float back over and into you, Gon and Arthur. But it seems like if they're not in your bodies, they're not going to last for very long unless you find them something else to anchor onto.
Hey, you're okay. You're okay. You're okay.
Yeah.
Arthur is just murmuring to himself. You're okay. You're okay.
Hey, Ollie, roll a perception check.
I sure will. As soon as the page opens. There we go. Da-da-da-da. Oh no.
You're fine. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
Everything's fine. So, Ollie kind of stands up and scrubs at his head and like looks at everybody and just says, "We gotta take him with us. Maybe, maybe there's somebody else that can, or
We're taking them with us, alright. If it comes to that, I mean, I'm sure I can ask somebody at my temple to advise us what to do. If they are safe.
Yeah.
Yes, it's okay. Right? Gone. You would come with me?
Oh, yeah.
It's not
I
that
I
far.
think. Yeah,
You
no,
could
that's a
try
good
my
idea.
mom's cooking. You can see his whole face lit up and his eyes looked really into the distance.
That good, huh?
It's my mom's cooking. I mean, yeah. I mean, yes, it's very good. Yes.
Not that I
Kinda
needed
real.
the extra incentive, but yes, please.
right.
How
Let's
does the mist
let's-
look?
get as
think-
far away from here as we can.
It's still hanging over the place, but it's a little bit less defined than it was the last time you were out here. You can see the shapes of houses and broken fences and things a lot easier through it than you could when you previously went into the house, which leads you to believe it might be daytime. You're not really sure since the sun can't break through the mists.
Yeah.
Which
Um,
way
Yeah.
now?
Ollie's gonna start going, and before Ollie got stuck in the house, granted a long time ago, would he have any idea where any of the Velaki people might be, or if they're even in the? It's granted it's been a really long time since he was in that house, so I don't know if they would even. You know, geography changes. I take back my question. It's probably nothing the same.
Well, we don't even know about, or our group doesn't know about the Verthani. Maybe you do, but the rest of us might not.
So, this
Arthur is
house
serious. Sorry, go ahead.
This house was the first place that you actually came to when you came to Barovia as well, Ollie. So you hadn't actually
Okay.
visited any of the other places before. So much
that's
like
right,
the
that's
rest
right.
of them, you have no idea where things are.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, if it was
Well-
up to Arthur, it's kind of suspicious that the whole shenanigans was a rouse and nobody actually needs their help. And he kind of floats the idea around.
Gonna
Do
Oh
we-
proceed as
yeah,
we
that's
go.
right. That's right.
Do we really think that retainer was telling the
Mhm.
truth?
Going to the mayor's house. That's somewhere. That's in my micro Word document.
Retainer? Ollie looks confused.
Yes,
Oh,
I
yeah.
mean we got here on the premise that there was trouble and um, somebody needed our help. Uh, honestly,
I think you found two
Yes.
somebodies that needed your help.
yes.
A messenger claiming to be from this country named Argol, requested mercenaries or anyone for that matter to fend off horrible creatures of the night, and that he was sent by the burgomaster, Mr. Indirivich. I butchered the fuck out of that.
Indrovich.
Indrovich. And
Well,
that
Yeah.
there was a Triana being attacked by these creatures. Seems to be some paramour of the mayor, or of the burgomaster.
Oh, yes.
hmm.
So,
I mean, that said, I may have had enough of creatures of the night for the time being. Um, we've been gone a long time. We were supposed to come out here on a job. We were supposed to get that done and wrapped up. Um, we've not even started that whole thing. I've been gone way too long, you know? Like, I expected this to be a short venture, but I was supposed to meet my sister back at that inn that we were at, and she's probably waiting for me, wondering where the hell I am.
she could come with us to my mom's. I mean, to to the temple.
Yeah.
I'm sure she would be welcomed as well.
So if we want to swing by there, head off to the temple, forget this whole place ever existed. I'm sure there's no genre reason that we'll be trapped here forever.
And at the thought of leaving, like leaving, you see Ollie kind of pause, and he seems to think, and then he says, "But what about the people who need help?"
I'm
You
not
just
sure
told
how
us.
much I trust.
Which people? The mayor? The burgomaster?
The ones in your letter. I doubt the letter was written for me or the kids. Anything that enters that house doesn't usually leave. So
Yeah, we were
there's
tricked
gotta be
to
other
go
people you were
inside.
sent to help. What about them?
I'm kind of worried that
This
that was
mission
just a
was
trick to. I don't know.
But
Maybe
what if
we could
there's
come back with the help of my fellow paladins. The temple there are actual and you can see him kind of look ashamed that he's just like a trainee this was his first mission, and like people with experience, they might be able to be better help, and maybe they even know whether it's a real letter or not, and yeah, we should take
with,
care of the kids first,
with
right?
everything we've
Yeah.
been through, I think we have earned ourselves more comfortable rests. And then we can maybe get answers from some locals, which we have not even found one yet.
Bath.
Yeah, I would love one of those.
a rest? Sure. But if there's people that still need help, we can't just leave.
And the locals can confirm if the information in this letter seems to be true, or if it was another. And we still have the letter, right?
You do. It has not
Okay,
vanished.
good. Okay, good.
And how do we tell that the locals are real? The children weren't real, they looked real. You can see
Gon, you
Arthur's
feel
tail twitching.
Gon, you feel offended. Thorn, you
I'm
feel
just
sad.
Oh,
I
not you.
take like a
the,
deep breath. No,
the
not
creatures
those
that tricked
children.
us into that house.
It's okay. Deep breathing.
You said you were in there for centuries. Who knows if there are even anybody living around here, truly living. Um,
There's one way to find out. All he says is he pats himself over as if trying to figure something out, but quickly dismisses it and starts walking away from the house.
Yeah.
Because fuck that.
And
Arthur
Nicholas will
follows.
start following Ollie. Surprised to see this different side to him. It's not cowardly, quivering, borderline soiling themselves every 5 minutes, Ollie.
Arthur
And Ollie's
follows,
pretty much
keeping a
gonna-
close eye.
And Ollie's pretty much gonna go down the street until he sees some form of life.
Alrighty. So as you move down the street, go ahead and Arthur, you've already rolled a perception check, but everybody else can too.
I did. Mine was 18.
Oh, okay, there it is. Yep.
Ooh, I also got 18.
Excellent. And Gon?
Good, because I did not. 9.
Damn.
Okay.
Most of us have been perceptive once we leave this house. The
So-
house.
As you
Yeah, we're
walk
not
down
blinded
this...
by the bullshit. Sorry.
As you walk down the street, with the exception of Gon, who's currently trying to soothe Rose's injured ego, you note that a lot of these houses are quite broken down. Some of them are even boarded up. A couple of them do have smoke coming from the chimney, some of the better looking ones. And as you come down this way, you note what looks like a very large, almost mercantile building right here. Looks like it might be a shop of some sort. There is smoke coming from both chimneys there, and it does not currently appear open. The shutters are still closed, the door is still barred, but it is probably either very late in the evening or early in the morning right now. You're not entirely sure.
Yeah.
You are,
That does. Sorry.
as you're saying?
I was gonna say that doesn't stop Ollie from walking up to the doors and banging on them, saying, "Anybody? Hello? I don't care what pisses people off. I just want
Well,
to know
that's
there
a
are people."
window. Doors are on the other side.
Oh, okay. Well,
Doors are over here.
obviously I'm not gonna bang on a window. Door.
You see a trough right here that horses might drink from, as well as some poles, like hitching posts to tie them to, like while people are inside shopping. You
Neat.
approach the door, which is currently barred, and you start banging on it. The shutters are drawn. You don't hear anybody from within, but you do see smoke coming out of the chimneys. You don't seem to hear anybody coming to the door, though.
Alright. Okay. Wild move. Ollie's gonna try to climb on the roof.
Okay, go ahead. That's going to be, let's see, climbing, I believe, is athletics.
Lee? What are you doing?
Athletics.
I see this
Oi!
large building over here as well, right?
Sorry, which one?
The
Big
I
one.
think
Yep.
it's the largest one.
That
Is
is
there smoke
another large
coming out of
building
there?
with another horse trough in front of it. There is smoke coming out of several chimneys over there. While the door is not barred, it does look like it might be closed and locked, as though people haven't quite woken up there yet. In fact, most of the doors that you've seen have been either barred or locked, mostly because, well, there's weird things in the mist, as you I am sure, concluded.
Mm-hmm.
All right, with a 13, you manage to scramble up on the small covered roof that is right here. There are 2 windows with the shutters drawn right in front of you, Ollie.
Sorry, say it one more time.
I said,
Okay.
with a 13, you managed to scramble up onto the covered roof. There are 2 windows with shutters drawn right in front of you.
Yeah. He's not looking to break in, but you see as soon as he gets on the roof, he stands up straight and puts a hand over his eyes and kind of tries to look around and see if there's any other places that look
Sure. So
lived in
so from
and
where
notable.
so from where you are standing, you've got a pretty good vantage point. Roll perception with advantage.
Yes. Please God, don't be a 3.
Cool.
Oh, it's
Alright.
2.
So-
now it's 18.
The building that Nicholas is currently walking towards looks like it's perhaps the most lived in building, and it is in the best repair that you have seen thus far. There is a building slightly to the south of you, maybe just like one door down, this little red roofed one right here, which looks as though it has the most smoke coming from the chimney out of all of the buildings, and there are lights on in those windows as opposed to some of the others. And then peering about all the way to the very south at the end of the street, you see the largest building that you've seen before. And while it doesn't look like it currently has any smoke coming from the chimneys and the windows are dark, it looks like the most regal building that you've seen thus far as you've been walking these streets. And looking slightly to the north down this side street over here and all the way to the back, you see a large church-like building with a bell tower rising above all of the other buildings that seems to stand out pretty nicely as well.
Okay. Can we put labels on things, or at least X's over the lived-in buildings? Because
I mean, you also see smoke coming out of several other buildings. These are just the most prominent
But-
ones.
yeah.
also
Can we put like
orange.
X's over the most prominent ones? Is what I mean.
So the one you're standing on is one of them, right here, the one I'm picking, the one you're standing on. This one right here has the most smoke coming out of any of the chimneys. This one right
Black
here has
smoke.
the most chimneys and has smoke coming out of some of them. The one all the way to the south, the big old one, does not have any smoke coming out of it, but it looks like the most regal and possibly government-like building.
Okay.
And then there's a big old church all the way to the north up here with a big old bell tower.
Okay. All of the things that Ollie sees. Ollie's gonna. Yeah, Ollie's gonna point to the north, and he's gonna say. Oh, he's gonna describe which buildings are where, but he's gonna specifically say. It looks like there's a church, a holy ground maybe to the north. There's an official building to the south, but let's see if we can help the children at all first.
Church sounds good. They might let us stay.
Yeah. It looks like there's a road that leads straight there, that way. And he points.
I have a thing called safe haven. I think that kind of helps with getting moderation. No.
Nick will be, well, Nick, does this appear to be like a large inn or tavern?
So as you approach, you do see a sign hanging there. It says
What
it
did I
is
do?
called Blood of the Vine Tavern. And there is a picture of a series of grapes that appear to be dripping into what looks like a tankard or a wine glass.
Okay, Blood of the Wine Tavern. So he'll try to see if it's open.
So as you saw from further away, the door is currently like shut tight. You do see a couple of the windows upstairs and what might be guest rooms are on, burning low. But as you approach and you kind of push on the door, it does not appear to be opened. You hear a clunking sound as though it is bolted from within.
Okay, and then he'll knock pretty loudly. Just a loud. Hello!
You do hear some shuffling and some whispering, and then a set of footsteps. And then there is a somewhat muffled, because of the other side of the door, voice coming up. Yes, who is there?
I'm a traveler and I have some companions with me, and we're looking for a place to take a short break.
You look for rooms?
Yes. Rooms and maybe some food and drink.
And you hear a clicking and a thumping and a scraping and several metallic as though like a million locks are currently being disassembled off the door. And then eventually you see this small slot that you hadn't even realized was actually in the door just flip back, and you're looking through sort of a wire mesh at a pair of green eyes beneath a shock of reddish hair and pale white features that is squinting at you in distrust. What are you doing this early in the morning out in the mists?
We were tricked into one of the... Well, we can't really tell what time of day it is since we can't see the sun. We didn't realize we were traveling in the middle of the night, to be honest with you.
You're not exactly very persuasive.
Well, if you cannot tell, I am of a race that is not really hindered at seeing in the dark.
He squints a little bit harder because honestly, he hadn't really been able to take in your features as he is human, and you are standing in rather dim kind of area, and you hear a clicking and a clunking, and then there's a light shining out at you, and then you hear cursing in a tongue that you are not familiar with, and the little thing slams shut, and you hear the click, 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 as all the locks are done up again.
So you're racist, and I don't really take too kind to those. I could make my way through your door or any of these windows. Was trying to be civil.
Go ahead and roll intimidation or persuasion.
Arthur offers a hand to Ollie to help him down.
I'm gonna
He
make
wants to.
intimidations, considering that was basically an intimidation.
That was definitely a threat.
Out of the tray. I don't even know what that was. Oh, fuck, that's a 6.
You look like a puffed up cat. Not very intimidating, just rude.
Or just how well the message was received or delivered.
We do not truck with lycanthropy around here. Go broaden your herd or whatever it is somewhere else. Filthy creature.
Oh, they think
Oh,
you're
so
werewolves.
you're ignorant and idiotic.
You're really
Yes, I have fur, but it doesn't mean I am a shapeshifter.
You
It was
just
born
hear
this
him
way.
laugh wryly behind the door. It is a completely humorous noise. If I had gold coin for every time I hear such nonsense.
Ollie's gonna try to jump down off the roof and check people.
You do
Arthur
hear
offered
him
you a
yelling
hand, Ollie.
Oh.
You do
I'm
hear
fixing
him
it.
yelling at somebody. Hearing
Beautiful
the amount
friend.
of effort behind this door to secure it, he is going to go around this way. Actually,
Okay.
looking.
Should we try the
Go around the-
church?
Nicholas, what's
probably-
happening?
No, I have a point to prove.
What?
Um,
What is going on?
You got some
Arthur tries
ignorant
to knock
fucks
as
in-
well.
You're not going to get anywhere there, Arthur. They're going to assume you're a lichen.
Arthur prepares his holy symbol.
Arthur, you knock at the door and you hear from behind there, I told you, you flea-bitten cur, get out of here!
I'm sorry, we would just like to have shelter for the night. I guess it's night. We've been through some things. I'm sure you would help agent of the gods. And he shows his holy symbol,
So,
kind of feeling really bad about it.
so you see the little slit open up again, and those same eyes that Nicholas had seen peering out. This time with a lantern already in tow and it's raised, and it sees your wolfish features. It doesn't even look at the symbol in your hand. There's a shriek of terror, and it just slams shut again.
And that's when I'm gonna make my attack on this window. I'm assuming if there's one over here.
There is, but it's on the second floor, so you will have to climb to get to it.
Okay, I do so effortlessly.
You are a Tabaxi. So you climb up and go ahead and roll an attack against the window.
Oh God.
Ooh, that's a 21.
All right. So Ollie, Arthur, and
You're
Gon,
reinforcing stereotypes!
you hear the shattering of glass somewhere off to your right, and you hear pounding footsteps behind the door that the slit had just closed on, and cursing and shouting in some language you don't understand somewhere within. So you don't know what's going on, but somebody's rushing somewhere, probably towards the sound of the breaking glass that you heard. Nicholas, go ahead and roll me a perception check as you shatter the window successfully to be able to enter the building.
Okay, here are the good roll or decent rolls. 14 on perception.
Excellent. All right, so the room that you have managed to bust a window to was dark. There had been nobody in it. It appears to be a
That's
bathroom.
lucky.
It appears to be a bathroom. There is a large tub that should be able to fit a normal-sized humanoid directly beneath you that the glass has fallen in that you broke. And then you see what looks like a chamber pot and a vanity with a small mirror and hanging above it across from you, as well as a wooden door which is slightly ajar leading into a lit room.
Here, Ollie
Gon has
calls out,
gone.
"What the hell?"
Gon walks away briskly.
Yeah, I'm around the corner, like pressing myself flat to the wall of this building, just like, I don't know them.
I'll
I'm not
climb through the
associated with
window.
them.
Alrighty, so Nicholas, you begin to call through the window, and Arthur, you run around the side of the building just in time to see Nicholas's tail disappearing through a second-story window, which has been shattered from the outside. And Nicholas, go ahead and make a stealth check for me.
Okay. He can do a stealth check. I don't even know if he would really. I hear someone coming towards the door.
No, you don't hear anybody yet.
Oh, damn. 23.
All right, so you move silently without stepping on any of the glass. You leap out and over the windowsill so that you land with agile feet on the plush padded carpet that had been just beyond the bathtub for people to wipe their feet on when stepping out of it. And you creep towards the door that leads to the lit room, and you push it open, and you are greeted with the sight of somebody who is standing with their back to you. The first thing you note is that they are human in nature. They have long brown hair, which cascades down their back and is tied with a little thong of leather right at the center of their back. The second thing you note is that they are both female and completely naked as they turn to view you, holding a chainmail shirt in their hands, looking at you in shock. And they proceed to scream, pick up a mace, and hurl it at your head. Go ahead and make a dexterity saving throw.
Okay, would this count because I was rereading Danger Senses. You have advantage on dex save throws against effects that you can see. I'm pretty sure I can see
You got
a maze.
advantage.
At the scream, Arthur howls again. Nicholas!
Welcome
That's
to
a
the
nat
enemy
15,
zone.
and that's a nat 17 for 19.
God.
All right, you duck. The flanged mace flies over your head, out the window. Arthur, roll a dexterity saving throw if you're under the window.
I'm not sure
My
he's
apologies,
under the window,
and
but
he
sure.
makes My apologies, and makes a beeline to the door inside into the inn.
Alrighty.
God.
You run for the door to the inn. You undo the latch that she had done up from the inside. You throw it open and are met
And-
face to face
And
with
I'll actually leave 5 gold behind for the inconvenience.
excellent gentleman thief. You leave 5 gold behind. Just throw it at her as she stands there clutching her chainmail
No,
shirt.
I leave it on a desk.
Okay, you leave it on the
Um,
bedside table as you go rushing for the door, and as you undo the latch and fling it open, you are met with about 6 pitchforks, all pointed at you, and a very surly-looking, red-haired gentleman, and he's like, "Now you gone and done it!" And that's where we're gonna stop for the evening.
He is getting results. He does not take.
Sure. We could have just gone to the church. Show my holy symbol or guns and get safe haven, but no, you have to bully the superstitious innkeepers.
Or you could have just
I don't know
unrelated
them.
yourselves with me or unassociated yourselves with me.
I mean,
Oh, I'm trying my best.
God's doing that.
He's trying. Arthur wouldn't leave anybody behind, but he's second guessing himself at this time. Yes.
Also, yes, the mace misses Arthur, and it just clunks down in the
Oh.
ground.
And he
Oh,
didn't
also,
actually go to the window, just like trying
I
to
just
keep
thought of
everybody in
I just thought
eyesight.
of this. He remembers the ring and he puts it on with the signet out before he climbed up the wall.
Okay, we'll see if that matters any. But
Maybe it's
Maybe.
a shot in the dark.
you never know.
Might make things worse, by the
Who
way.
knows? We'll see. So technically, the playing part of the session is over, but you have escaped the death house, which means you guys are now level 3. We've still got
Yeah.
20 minutes left of the session, so if you want to, on the air, we can go over leveling up your characters if you want to. We still got another
On air, I
20
don't
minutes
know.
left in the session, technically.
I was so ready to continue this.
Nope, we're leaving it on that
I-
awesome cliffhanger.
I have questions about what we talked about.
Okie
Rolling
dokie.
wise.
Okie
So-
dokie. Well, we'll leave you till last then and do yours off the air since it's secret, hushy, hushy. Alright. But anybody else have any questions or want to tell anybody about what they're going to be doing for their level up?
I believe I'm going to go with the Beast Barbarian.
I don't
It's
know
cool,
what-
isn't it? I love that one.
Yeah. I don't. Maybe Berserker. Berserker sounds something like he would do as well. It's
Mhm.
between Beast and Berserker for me right at this moment.
I would say, considering what you just did, either one would fit.
Yeah, no. I'm going for ones that fit him very well.
I'm gonna go with what Ollie originally was, which was a swashbuckler.
Excellent.
Ooh.
What about you,
Nice.
Gan?
I'm taking my first level of Ranger.
Ooh!
Oh, you actually are multi-classing, damn.
I am. So, yeah, you're not gonna get special
Okay.
weapons for a while.
I'm not saying that you needed to get it, but still, it's a very.
It
fun
is very
spell.
cool. Yeah.
Berserker.
Do I?
or something.
Yeah, I will get it eventually. It'll just be kind of late on.
Okay. Well, we're going to say goodnight to our viewers out there and fade off the air so that Arthur is able to ask me those fun questions where y'all can't eavesdrop in. You can catch us back here at 8:30 for the next round on Stratty Daddy Sundays. For session 2, Barovian Nights, with some of our players here also participating in that. On their other characters. We've got one batch that have finally managed to escape the house. Let's see what the others decide to do. Especially considering what the fuck was going on there in the first place.
I still can't believe the centipede fucking worked.
Yeah. They wanted a life. They didn't really care what kind.
Yeah.
I'm just waiting for the existential crisis that Ollie is going to have to kick in when he realizes he gave up his life for nothing. But anyway.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
anyways, Arthur was ready to give his life. Like that was the absolute paladin thing to do. And then the centipedes worked, so it was fine.
All right.
Also, he was slightly disappointed that he couldn't howl down the centipedes with his booming howl because you guys just took care of them too
Well,
quickly.
it's actually probably a good thing that you didn't do that because it would have probably thrown them off the altar and then they wouldn't have died on the altar.
Oh, that's true. Not
Yep.
on the altar.
So anyway, thank you from those of us here at Curses, also maybe Vampires. We will see you in 2 weeks' time for this session, and at 8:30 for session number 2 with Barovian Knights. Good night, and don't give centipedes to Arthur. He will let them crawl on him. Good night!
Good night.